up, YouTube? Phasers on Stun. It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes Friday Night Just Got Live.
Oh my goodness, guys, we are here. We are live. It is a Friday night. Once again, you are in the Friday Funhouse hanging out with the Super Game Room Dudes, your favorite arcade and gaming podcast show, the longest running home arcade and gaming broadcast. That actually makes me kind of feel old, Mike. It makes me feel ancient.
You got to say it like WWE, the longest running episodic weekly gaming podcast.
I mean, are we at that point, Mike? Are guys, are we at that point that we need to continue to evolve the show and change things up? I feel like we just do the same formula week in and week out. Do we need to change things up?
That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, that just sounds exhausting, doesn't it?
Just gonna keep doing this.
You know, what have I always said, guys? It doesn't matter your production value. You know, you can have like, I don't know. You can have a $1 million studio and pump out the most amazing production in the world. But if people don't find you interesting, if they don't find you likable, they're not going to watch. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Glenn's got a pretty good setup going there. He's got like 17 mics, 14 cameras. I don't know what he's got going on. He needs more screens.
I am impressed with Glenn all day long. You know what I mean? His setup continues to evolve, and I was talking with Glenn on the phone yesterday, and Glenn mentioned to me, he goes, nobody watches my channel. Glenn pulls in about what, 100 congruent live viewers every time he does Kick It Old School. Yeah, whenever
concurrent.
Did I say congruent? Oh, I'm sorry.
Congruent.
Sounds like some sort of map.
Yeah, and I mean, that's pretty good, for,
that's like Glenn, 4 times more than I can pull in on any live stream.
Glenn, you realize, Glenn, that there are channels out there with, 30, 40, 50, 60, 500,000 subs that can't get 100 people watching concurrently, right? Now, we typically average 200 to 300 people watching concurrently throughout the entire broadcast. And then, we get maybe 1,500 to 3,000 views. It depends after the fact, but that all depends on the topics, right?
And it's because we have Carl on the team as well. He's pretty much,
he's our raw sex appeal.
The hotter the topics, the more likely people are going to watch, right? And typically, first quarter views aren't the best,
Glenn, I have my family log in. Do you mean the YouTuber and VR player in my family?
So Glenn, if I were you, I would be proud of your results. And one thing about Glenn too is he's never faked anything on his channel. Glenn's always been real to the community.
Oh no, he's faked an orgasm a couple times.
That's true. Yeah, just to make me feel better about myself. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Glenn heard the new Rage guy. Whoa, here's the new Rage. The new
Stream close up.
the new Rage is you go live, you do a show that only 10 people watch concurrently. Your show sits there for 13 hours live, the replay, and only 100 people watch it. And then what you have to do then, guys, and this is according to the YouTube superstars, bigger channels than me, they delete the show, the live stream, re-upload the recording as a produced video, and then buy 1,500 views to pretend that people watched it. Mike, do you realize that that's the new thing in this community?
I don't want to talk about this.
I do. Let's talk about it.
I will say, I've got a lot of friends, and I never do this because it's just awkward to me. But I know YouTubers that are bigger YouTubers and have really high expectations on what their videos will do, and they openly talk about it on Twitter. They're like, "Sorry guys, had to take down the video. I guess I uploaded it at the wrong time. I'll upload it a little later when it gets a better response." Like me, I'll put up a video, even if I'm really proud with it, at 12 o'clock at night. And if it ends up sucking, I'm like, on to the next one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then again, people have motives for doing things such as that because they're trying to send that information to companies to lie about their results to get free stuff. But we don't have to do that here, guys. And you know why? That's thanks to you guys. The four of us have busted our ass for years on our solo channels, as well as we hang out this show. Although we don't put as much effort into it as we did the first year, because the first year, guys, we put tons of effort in. We had pre-recorded segments. We did a lot of fun shit. Although we don't put the effort in, the way I view this is my weekly release. Mike, settle down.
But I'm trying to watch myself now and not say something all the time.
This is the week where I can sit down with three of the greatest guys I've met since I've started YouTube. And I'm not going to use the word journey because I hate it when people use the word fucking journey. But since I started doing YouTube, these are three of the greatest guys who I've ever met in this space. Oh my God, I hate this camera. And what I can say is
just turn that feature off, dude.
And also to hang out with you guys, because you guys are an incredible audience. You guys are an incredible live chat. We're even going to do a giveaway at the end of the show, sponsored by Jason Little Alien, the moderator, which came out of nowhere. And you know, Jason doesn't even have to do that giveaway. He's just a moderator, but he wants to.
Oh, he's too kind. He does it too much. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jason.
Oh, Paul Mindeman is here.
I love that guy.
always picking on nostalgia. Always picking on nostalgia.
You know what? He does that because he knows I can take it. He knows I can take it.
Nostalgia is well known for taking it.
I am the most well known for taking it.
Come on, man. It wasn't that bad, was it? I did shave my head right before the show, so you'll notice I made
off the hat. Take off the hat.
So
you shaved your
yeah.
Oh, wow. I just thought you were bald, dude. Okay, show.
Well, I am balding. And what's funny is earlier today I made 2 videos wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday. Because when you work from home, guys, I don't think you understand what happens when you work from home. You wear a polo shirt with your pajamas. You know what I mean? That's what with pajama pants, especially for the Zoom calls. But
I don't even do that. I went to a formal work.
I wasn't showered.
With his Deadpool shirt on.
I wasn't showered. I watched the replays of the 2 videos I made today, and I look like shit in the videos. I look terrible. I look like I'm sick. And then, so of course I didn't cut my hair yet. So now that my head is nice and shaved, you know, with my Stone Cold Steve Austin look, you know, whatchamacallit, you know, I'm feeling better. I feel like I look pretty good tonight. Not as good as Nostalgia, but I'm looking pretty dapper.
We insist you take off the hat.
And guys, look, Nostalgia even buttoned up his shirt.
Almost. Do you want me to button up my shirt? Is that
Now, I know we live in a cancel culture society, but I'm going to say this because we're grown adults and we can handle fucking humor. We all grew up in the 80s, 90s, 70s, whatever. Nostalgia literally looks like he's going to rob somebody when he's got his shirt buttoned up like this. That's professional Nostalgia. Oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that setting here, Jason. Jason reminded me that when we do giveaways, sometimes bot accounts show up. You know, apparently there were, like, even on the New Wave Toys stream last night, somebody sent a bunch of bot accounts to attack them.
Oh, that was brutal.
And yeah. I'm like, why? Why are you a fucking child? You know what I mean? That you have to do that stuff. So we're going to change our commenting for tonight's episode only because of the giveaway. So I'm going to do that right now. While I'm doing that, Mike, why don't you tell everyone about your day? We're going to dive into our topics. We got a lot of topics to cover tonight and all that stuff, but why don't you tell everyone to give me time, guys, stall for time. I need time to change the setting.
So I'd like to introduce a new segment on the show inspired by Carl. It's actually called Me on the Web, where I tell you about the things I'm doing on the internet. I'm only joking. Carl, this is a perfect opportunity for you to do your special segment, You on the Web. What do you got for us this week, buddy?
Perfect, man. This week on You on the Web, we're back with another great community spotlight. This time, we're highlighting an awesome post from Eric A. Bates on the official Global Retrocade New Wave Toys fan page.
I actually heard that he's a kinsman, and he just recently received the rank of master.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but it's cool.
They if you go to the meetings with them, they call them Master Bates.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
Well, anyway, moving on.
Oh man,
He,
you had me.
he created this 7-Eleven cake. It's a diorama that is actually breathtaking. It's a tribute to his father and a tribute to the culture. So I want to play this video while Michael B giggles like a little sister. Sometimes inspiration comes from the smallest things. For Eric A. Bates, it all started with a cup. The New Wave Toys Slurp Video Arcade Cup. That one collectible unlocked a memory, a flashback to the 1980s, when he and his dad spent countless nights at their local 7-Eleven arcade. And from that memory, something incredible was born. 7-Elevencade. A 37 by 27 by 15 miniature masterpiece. Packed with arcade chaos and so much detail, it's like stepping inside a time machine. We're talking magazine racks, big gulp and slushy machines, and of course, arcade cabinets buzzing with players. With New Wave Toys fueling his creativity, Eric built a living, breathing time capsule dedicated to his late father and packed with all of the arcade madness you'd expect. Buckled up because things are about to get weird.
People magazine was shallow.
As soon as you step into 7-Elevencade, you realize this isn't just an arcade. It's a playground for chaos. At any arcade, there's always that one trouble machine that needs some extra help. If there's one thing you never want to see at an arcade, it's Chucky with a hammer.
Look at the stop motion.
But he seemed to have got the job done here. In those days, 7-Eleven was what Walmart is today. You went there for all the great things, all the good stuff was behind the counter. But on any given Friday, there was always a risk of some clown showing up and robbing the joint.
Killer clowns.
And back then, no one was pulling out a phone and recording what was going on. They just stared. And well, since no one got zapped into another dimension, you know what that means. Time to celebrate. And that's what makes the 7-Elevencade so special. Beyond the sugar rush and the candy heist, it's a love letter to the past. A time when arcades ruled, Slurpees were king, and Saturday nights meant stacking up the quarters for just one more game. Now, as the roof of the 7-Elevencade diorama slowly closes, locking in all the retro magic, one thing is clear. This is more than just a stop motion. It's a portal to the golden age of arcades, a place where quarters ruled and games never stopped. And the 80s lived on one quarter at a time.
Wow.
And above all, the 7-Elevencade is more than a tribute to arcades. It's a tribute to a father. In loving memory of Edward Bates, aka Bull, this
really
incredible
nice.
creation stands as a reminder of the good times, the late nights, and the bond shared over arcade games and Slurpees. Eric, your dad will be proud, and thanks to you, a piece of that 80s magic will live on forever. Wasn't that pretty cool, man? I mean,
That is actually really
incredible.
slick.
How about some RIPs and shout outs to Bull in the live chat from this amazing audience. I got to say that really tugs on your heartstrings at the end. You know what I mean? Like that really makes you feel all soft inside. Holy cow. Big shout out to Eric for putting that together for his father. That's incredible. That is incredible.
I'm very impressed with that, Eric. Congratulations. But it actually makes me think, Carl, you're a bit of a slacker, man. Look at that cardboard bullshit you got behind you. Why didn't you do something like Eric?
I agree.
Yeah, man.
Hey, he's definitely inspired some great things, man. He shared with me. I actually made the video for him. I just took his videos and I edited. He shared that his dad used to, be a guard at this club, and every Saturday night when he got off, they would go down to 7-Eleven on his motorcycle and just play games 2 a.m. in the morning, and that's pretty cool, And the 7-Eleven is still there today out in California. So,
all right, guys, let's get this show kicked off proper. Big shout out for Detroit Love for his best You on the Web segment so far. I love this segment, and we're going to keep doing it week in and week out. Big shout out to that. We're going to say hi to the chat here. If you want your shout outs, start putting them in now. That way we can get to you. After the shout outs, guys, we're going to talk about dun dun dun. Got a quick conversation about tariffs. Are tariffs really going to affect the home arcade stuff?
It's weird. It's all like someone made a video about that like 2 months ago.
Yeah. Also, we're going to talk, got an update about Evercade. We're going to talk about Arcade1Up, AtGames, New Wave Toys, Wonderland Pinball, give away the Zoltar. Oh, shit, I just revealed what it was. Do a giveaway at the end of the show. And
surprise!
If P-Dub stays happy, we'll skip Sand in the Vag this week. But if this live chat gets me grumpy,
we already did Sand in the Vag. You didn't officially do it, but you did it.
Oh no, that wasn't Sand in the Vag. That was an observation in the Vag. That wasn't true.
In the Vag.
Yeah, I mean the shovels were out, Mike. Shoveling you would need muck boots to travel through the roads of bullshit that came out this week in the home arcade.
All right, guys, everybody, you got to stop calling P-Dubs the YouTube mayor, home arcade mayor. He is now the YouTube gynecologist, telling you about the observation in the vag.
Yeah, what? No Sand in the Vag? No. Well, hey, Mike told me he wanted to do a normal show tonight. But yeah. I have it prepared, and it's only 3 minutes long. So, I mean, taking viewers' advice, they're like, the last 2 episodes, the first 25 minutes have been Sand in the Vag. Can you trim it down and also do it at the end of the show? And I was like, that's actually a really good idea. If you're a troll, a lurker, or just someone who hates us just for existing, you need to do 2 things. Number 1, you need to get a fucking life. Number 2, stay tuned to the end. And maybe you'll be featured on Sand in the Vag.
So they want us to trim down Sand in the Vag? Are they worried about the bush? Is it too much bush?
They want us to trim our sandy vag, like Frank D says, Mike. They want us to trim it. All right, but let's dive into it. All right, guys, if you want your shout-outs now, speak now, forever hold your peace, because I want to get this show moving. Frankie D is here. Chris Nooner. Bobby 1 ALU. I finally, after 3 years, have learned how to say his name correctly. Goofy Foot is here, the biggest drama guy on VR gaming. Thor KC. Charlie Chuck is here. I love Charlie. Danny Z, JJ, Worst Jago, Mr. Paradise. Jason's here moderating. We already got those guys. Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Guys, do me a favor. Go watch Bill's videos. Go watch Bill's videos. Support Bill. Bill is such a nice human
Super
being.
Nice guy. Yeah.
And Bill refuses to pull out the credit card and buy views like some of his other friends who make videos for AtGames. So good.
I think he's talking about me.
Yeah. Steve Sale is here. Mad Dog is here. Worst Jago's here. Oh, that's my vertical extension, my sit-down Rec Room Masters that's been out in my loft. I moved it in here. You guys notice I moved Tetris out. I'm also going to be bringing my Chulix in here as well, my candy cab. Like all my multicades are coming in here. That pinball machine is getting moved out. I'm not selling it though, but we'll talk about that more on my channel.
You know what you should do? Put a big 55-inch TV right behind you. That would look great. Yeah.
Brooklyn Menace. Brooklyn is still waiting for his apologies from his friends who used him on YouTube. And it's a real shame that they did that, used him for clout chasing and for false accusations. And I know they still haven't apologized to Brooklyn. So Brooklyn, hope you make some new friends. Kevin Clausen, $2. Thanks so much. Give us sand in the vag. Paul Mindeman's here. We love Paul. And Gramps Arcade, I love seeing that because I imagine when I see your guys, what do you call them? When I see your guys' YouTube names, it helps me imagine what you look like. So I imagine this is like the nicest old man in the community, probably 60, 70 years old, just chilling in his arcade. Dragon Gamer's here. Dragon Gamer's a big fan of the Time Traveler machine, and he actually made a video on his channel about Time Traveler. So go to YouTube, type in Dragon Space Gamer Space Time Traveler, and you'll find that video. Big shout out to him. He also kind of does YouTube here and there. Make sure you check out his stuff. Zero Cool is here. The Fist of Love. He accepts his apology. The Fourth Horseman is here. What's up, buddy? There you go. All right, so that's enough shout outs. All right, so that takes care of that. I'm also, as we're going, I am literally on my little notepad here writing down when we change topics. And the reason why I'm doing that, guys, is I'm going to go back to adding timestamps immediately after the show. That way, if like we have 8 topics, if you want to watch this on replay and want to skip to the topics you're interested in, those timestamps help. So we'll put the timestamps in. I've been keeping track of them. All right.
And after P-Dubs puts the timestamps in, I'm going to go back and change them and fuck up all your lives.
Oh, please. Mike, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I got enough going on here. All right, let's talk about tariffs. So this is going to be a real quick conversation. I actually have confirmation from an actual, what you might call them an arcade company. They make mini arcades and mini pinballs, where they've officially announced that tariffs are going to impact their pricing. And this is going to impact us in the United States because, you know, the folks over in Europe and also in China, they're going to see tariffs. I mean, it's become this little tariff trade war. I'm not going to dive into the politics of it. But it does affect us. It does affect us. So for instance, anyone who is on the Sharpen Pinball mailing list got this little email today. Now, Sharpen Pinball, I've covered several of their pinball machines on my channel, but ever since like the AtGames pinball products came out, you know, I kind of focused on those and stopped buying Sharpen Pinballs. I think I own like 3 of them. Some of you might be familiar with Sharpen. Now, they sent out an email to everyone letting them know that, hey, as of April 2nd, the U.S. government has announced plans to impose a 25% tariff on imports from the European Union. So this is a country that is in United Kingdom, Britain, I believe. So if you buy from Sharpen, this means their prices are going up. So these tariffs, in my opinion, this isn't the last one we're going to see. I'm expecting to see this impact a lot of the what you might call home arcade or gaming companies. Now, I'm waiting on the edge of my seat, Mike, to see the videos where YouTubers get blamed for tariffs, Mike. It's all our fault because we have complete control over this situation. I can't wait until this happens.
So 2 months ago, why increases are coming for Arcade1Up, AtGames, and all home arcades in 2025 because of tariffs. And a lot of people gave me shit and said it was political. It wasn't political. I just said, guys, tariffs are coming. It's not a mistake. So P-Dubs brings that up. Glenn also announced today that his Build-A-Cade FU is going to be impacted by 20% tariffs coming in from China. So, I mean, Glenn is trying to figure out the best way he can to still make sure those costs for the 19-inch screen is below $1,000. But all these companies are getting hit with them. Like the companies that have done pre-orders, like I don't know how it's going to impact like Iconic Arcade because they've already set their prices. They've done pre-orders. So now anything coming in is going to cost them an additional 20%. So I hope that, you know, they built some kind of leeway in there. But like all these companies are going to get impacted that build the stuff over there. The tariffs, you know, I'm not going to talk about it, but it falls on the companies, not so much the consumers. We, the consumers, have to pay it if the companies aren't willing to absorb the cost.
Yep. Some of these companies, not all of them, but some of them are going to be passing these increases on to the consumer. And the question is are they going to pass on the total increase? Are they going to absorb the increase, like Mike said, and not pass it on? Or are they going to like maybe absorb some of it and then pass on 10%, raise their prices, stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to watch. AtGames also sent out a community post a week or so ago saying, hey guys, go buy your Sam's Club AtGames machines now, because after this, every unit coming forward, the price is going to be higher with the tariffs and stuff like that. So just something to be aware of, guys. Prices are already high enough, which has hurt this hobby. It's hurt this hobby's growth. And a lot of people have left this hobby due to the rising cost of this hobby. And it's only going to get worse, guys. So, you do what you got to do.
The question is now the time for piracy? Experts say yes.
What was the time for piracy?
So that was the. Oh, go ahead, Carl. You want to add something?
Just unfortunately, the politicians don't get, that they think they're hurting China. You don't hurt China by putting tariffs on stuff coming from China. You hurt the businesses in the states that buy from China, and all their prices go up because they can't get their materials to make and sell, and without that increase in price, and the price has to go to the customer. So the only person that gets hurt are the American citizens, the consumers. It doesn't hurt the businesses because they're going to pass it on. So it's unfortunate that people make decisions without understanding the impact.
And this right here is true for mail. Let's be honest, too. Some of these companies are going to definitely use this situation to increase their bottom line. And I have my assumptions on who those companies would be.
Oh, we saw it during COVID, man. Like all the grocery stores went, I don't know how it is in the US, but our grocery stores went crazy. They limited the supply coming in, shot up costs, had record profits, and they were like, nothing we can do. But again, record fucking profits. And we saw it with the home arcade companies too. Oh, chip shortages, got to up our cab by $200. So this stuff all sucks, man.
No, and once the prices go up, they're never going to come back down. They may
no
come back to where they were.
We saw that. We saw that the chip shortage is over. Well, our arcades still cost $5.99 US.
Yeah, isn't that funny how that never went back down? Oh, shipping charges, guys! The container costs from China are so high, we have to raise our prices. Container costs came down a bit, prices stayed the same. Once they go up, they ain't ever coming down. They ain't ever coming down unless something is on clearance, All right, let's pivot over. We got a quick update from Evercade, guys. So how many of you guys own an Evercade handheld, an Evercade Alpha, Evercade VS console, stuff like that?
What are those? What are they?
Oh, Nostalgia, you know what they are. So if you have any of those devices, or maybe if you haven't turned them on and updated them, you might want to do that because a new firmware update went out for these devices, including those Alpha arcade consoles that now offer full dip switch support and settings. So this really impacts like all their arcade cartridges. In fact, I just read the email. I didn't even look at it, but if you guys want to have a good look at it, you know who jumped on this right away, right? Mad Little Pixel. Mad Little Pixel made a video today. It just came out a couple hours ago showing off the different actual dip switch settings for a lot of the arcade cartridges and stuff. Make sure you guys check that out. But in my opinion, I think this is a good move because we love to play our arcade games the way we want to play them. Mike, turn them on easy mode. Give me unlimited continues.
Oh, I don't like doing that.
Oh, come on. You know you do, Mike.
No,
you play every game on easy.
No, I don't. I don't do that anymore.
Or you can even make it even harder. Because some arcade games are insanely difficult. So, Nostalgia, what about you, man? You have helped launch Evercade into the stratosphere. What are your thoughts on this update going out today? I think update your machines today.
I do like that they've released this feature. A lot of people, when you're emulating any sort of arcade game, want access to the dip switch settings, so that way you can kind of toy with difficulty and whatever other options you want in there. So it's always a good thing to give people full access to the to all the possibilities that a game has when it's re-released as an emulation-based game. So good on them. Love it.
So you know how they did the EXP and VSR, and we thought it was a homage to our buddy Nostalgia.
It was.
This update is also an homage to Nostalgia because it's dip switch.
Dipshit, yeah.
Dipshit, yeah.
100%.
There's some
100%.
there's some YouTube channels out there that have dipshit support, Michael B. There's a bunch of dipshits supporting them. Keep going. I cracked myself up.
That's good
You gotta
timing on
buy
your
a new camera. I can't live like this anymore.
Oh,
P-Dubs,
yeah.
just turn off the setting.
All right. Do you want a confession?
Yeah.
I bought a new camera. I ordered it. I didn't want to do it because I had planned on retiring from YouTube, and why spend the money, right? Mike, I went a little overboard. Guess how much my new camera cost?
How much? $2,000?
$900.
$2,000.
What'd you get?
$2,000.
Did you get a Sony A4?
I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to wait. Maybe I'll make a review video for it.
You
I
got
got
one
a
of those Arcade1Up Polaroid wall
That's what
mounted.
it is.
Yeah, I got the Arcade1Up Polaroid. Oh, look at Detroit Love is doing the update as we speak. Thanks so much.
So I don't know if I told you this, but I upgraded my camera for reviews
Yep.
and stuff just before Christmas. I didn't get the new Sony, but I bought the A3, Sony A3, and I'm getting used to it, but I'm still having some trouble. But what a picture. I love it.
Yeah. I hope you can use it for more than just YouTube at that price.
Well, I mean, I just do everything
Well-
with my cell phone, so I don't know why you guys spend.
I'm 100% with you, Carl.
So,
I got a $300 phone. that does
So
everything
this
I
was
need.
this was a tough decision to make, because if I decided to officially leave this platform and take a long break, there's no need to make that kind of investment. But with everything going on, and with the Sandy Vadges out there trying to run people off of YouTube just for covering a hobby that they're interested in, I'm not going to let them do that to me, Mike. And I don't think they realize that. And Mike, this always happens. I think I've talked to you about this privately. Every single time I'm like, okay, I'm done. I've accomplished everything. It's time to take a long break from YouTube. Somebody starts attacking me online. Some rug rat comes out from under the refrigerator and comes at me or accuses me of shit. It pisses me off, and I'm like, Mike, no one's gonna run me off the internet. And I end up staying. Like, guys, I got a tip for the trolls, the lurkers, the people that are anti P-dubs. If you want me to leave, stop talking about me. Like, keep my name out of your fucking mouth, because eventually I'll get bored and quit. Right? Like, seriously. But now you got me for another year, bitches, with a much better camera coming soon. All right, let's continue on. Where were we? That was the quick Evercade segment.
Look, P-Dubs, you're 1% of the way there. $2 from Kevin Clausen.
You guys are too funny. All right, let's keep going, because I want to keep this show positive. There's been way too much negative energy in this home arcade community this week. Let's keep rolling here. We actually have a little bit of Arcade1Up news. The tumbleweed rolls. Real quick, funny comment. Mystery Encoder went into my Discord, the P-Dubs Discord, today, and he wrote a comment in the Arcade1Up thread or channel under my Discord. He goes, shouldn't we just close this channel by now? And it cracked me up, because I was like, I think we might be there. We might be there.
I got to show you something really quick. You go on with it, and I'm going to pull this out.
Whoa.
No, don't pull it out, Mike.
What? Wait, Mike, what did you just ask me? What did you just ask me?
I just got to whip it out. Just you go on with the segment. I'll whip it out.
So all credit goes to Mr. James Hates Everything on this one. I don't know where he finds this stuff. So James Hates Everything found an article from Bandai Namco Online talking about more Pac-Man. That's right, guys. More Pac-Man from Arcade1Up. James Hates Everything shared it with Mike, I think.
Yep.
And you guys told the Cornercade about it.
No. I didn't tell him about it. No, James might have told Cornercade. What happened was
this is a funny story.
The video that Cornercade made about New Wave toys. He made this whole video because he was in a group chat on Arcades Anonymous where me and James and Jason Little Alien laid everything out based on old silhouettes that we thought it was Marble Madness coming to New Wave toys. He then stole everything we talked about and made a video on it.
You can't be mad at him because that's what YouTube is, man. That's what YouTube. It's a grind. People are competitive. But Danny told me he needed his flowers tonight. I was like, Danny, you're not getting flowers. You're not the source.
For what? Stealing
for this.
Everybody else's shit.
For this. Flowers on this one go to James Hates Everything. James found this. So Namco announced that with it being the 45th anniversary of Pac-Man, that they're releasing all kinds of Pac-Man shit this year with like everyone who they have partnerships with. And one of those partners, of course, is Arcade1Up. So what's interesting, guys, is you're probably going to see, check this out, probably a 45th anniversary, some kind of bullshit Pac-Man arcade cabinets coming out from Arcade1Up. So they didn't actually show them or anything like that. Here it is right here. So because of Pac-Man, get ready. You're going to see all new stuff for the Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, as well as playable electronic toys from Dream Gear and more arcade machines from Arcade1Up. That's right, guys. Arcade1Up is bringing you Pac-Man. Nostalgia, are you fucking hyped or what, Nostalgia?
It's about goddamn time they came out with a Pac-Man arcade machine. I've been literally waiting since their launch in 2018, whenever they started.
That's correct.
Thank you for finally delivering something the community has been begging for. It's about goddamn time.
So
Let's go.
One thing that I will say weird about that article, I didn't see anything about My Arcade, who are already participating in the 45th anniversary of Pac-Man. They actually said Pac-Man arcade machines. So this is the year that we're getting multiple Pac-Mans this year. Multiple Pac-Mans. Like, it could be an absolute plethora of Pac-Mans. Arcade1Up could have 19 SKUs, all Pac-Man.
That's right. Good. It's about
Pac-Man.
For me, what would be fantastic if they took this opportunity to put Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man together.
Never going to do it.
Yeah, that would get me to buy the cabinet this year. I don't know if you guys remember when that scene where Miss Pac-Man's running around, they come together. You know, that was awesome. They can use that. It would be fantastic, but I know it won't happen.
So I will say this: if you like the 3/4 scale cabs, that's what you want. The deluxe perfected it. That's as good as you're going to get for Pac-Man from Arcade1Up. If you prefer the bigger cabs like me, Arcade1Up's Pac-Man XL, I never need to buy another Pac-Man. So I understand people that are Pac-Man collectors, maybe, or I understand people that, for whatever reason, never got a Pac-Man yet. It's just, I don't see the value there for most of us. I guess they're still trying to reach out to new consumers, Pac-Man collectors, whatever. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's the rule of business, Mike?
Make Pac-Man.
No, if you are growing, you're
dying. Yeah,
that's right. So they are absolutely looking to reach out to new consumers. That is 1,000% the business plan. So
Mike, you want to? Mike, real quick, you want to grab that calendar for me?
Really quick, I got to show something first. So you talked about funny stuff. I just got to show this. This has really caught my attention this week. So I don't know if you guys know, in Canada, it's been pretty tame for Arcade1Up for a while. So this comment went up this week and I couldn't believe it. This guy, Chris Deck Elver, said it's going to get real quiet here when all these tariffs destroy the availability of these products. And I said, you mean it wasn't quiet already? We haven't got a new cab in 2 years. And I mean anything. Apparently, finally, Golden Tee Deluxe and NBA Jam Slim Katie have finally hit Canada through Walmart, but there's $750 Canadian. Hey, Nostalgia.
All right. Hey, Carl, I got a question for you, man. So what would you, whenever everyone's ready to jump off a ledge in this community, Carl always comes in with some logic, some mature logic, acting like a man of his age versus all of us screaming and crying like little girls because we're not getting the toys we want. But Carl, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think it's possible that later on this year, Arcade1Up is going to release anything besides Pac-Man? Do you think anything else is going to come out this year, buddy? Like, should I jump off the ledge, or are you about to save me? What are your thoughts? Because you always have great thoughts about this.
Yeah, I don't think they care about us jumping off the ledge.
They don't care.
Money. We've spent our money. We've taught them how to perfect the machine. So if they want to get the highest level of money, and they know what to make if they want to get the lowest amount of money. So they got the roadmap, and they can choose any route in that roadmap for their need. They would surprise me if they did anything special this year, but I think it's business as usual.
So they still have that Costco deal, so we can expect to get at least one more XL this year. Now, is it going to be something stupid like last year, or is it going to be something cool? Time will tell. We'll find out around September. I'll ask you this question, P-Dubs. It seems like they have moved to 17-inch 16:9 monitors. So even if they did do something cool, like say they did a Qbert or something like that, would you be interested with the 16:9 monitor?
Yes,
that's tough.
Yes, you would.
I would be interested in playing my real Qbert at that point. You know.
Okay, not Qbert, but just something really, really fucking cool. Something that you would always wanted Arcade1Up to do that they haven't done. But it has the 16:9 17 monitor where the play field is only going to be 14 inches. Is there anything you would actually buy?
Do you think it would be 14 inches? I thought
it's 100%. It's a 17-inch 16:9 monitor.
Nostalgia, is the mathing on that?
The math is mathing pretty close to that. Yep.
13.89 inches on a 17-inch monitor.
19K Fox wants his flowers. Big shout out to 19K Fox. Go check out his Top Gun arcade video from earlier today. And also, guys, when we go off the air, make sure you jump over to Galaga Guy 88's channel. I am so happy to say that Galaga Guy 88, he had to take a break because they just moved houses. Got to get the houses set up. You know, wife's having a baby. You know, he's about to have kid number 9. You know what I mean? Like, Galaga Guy's been busy, right? I mean, his children multiply like all those little bugs that are dropping down when you're playing Galaga. It's crazy.
Also, you got to check out Galaga Guy. He now fades into the wall. He moved into this new room that has the exact same color wall as his facial hair and beard. So he basically is like this, and all you can see is like the eyes and the mouth.
It's like a Homer Simpson coming in and out of the hedge. But do me a favor, guys. Galaga Guy's making his return to YouTube. Usually when you take a break and you come back and start making videos, YouTube doesn't really put you back in the algorithm right away. You got to keep pumping out content. So go watch Galaga Guy later tonight. We love Galaga Guy. We love him.
I don't like doing this. I don't like calling out other YouTubers for not disclosing relationships with company and stuff. And 19K Fox, you know I'm going to bring this up, and I am so sorry, man.
Oh, no, here it comes. Here it comes.
19K Fox did not disclose in the video that the reason he's hyped for this game, he wants to promote it, is from potential royalties, because in the original Top Gun movie, he actually played Goose.
I knew it was going to be stupid. I just didn't realize it was going to be that stupid.
I can get you a picture. Hold on. Just a second here, boys. Just a second.
It's okay. We'll wait. It's no big deal.
All right, here it is.
I'm waiting on my. I'm waiting.
All right. Here's a picture of 19K Fox in the original Top Gun movie.
That's him.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
There he is. Wow.
It does kind of. It does
Right?
kind of look like that.
And he got
I
he had
think
that mustache when he got married, and that was around the time period.
Yep. I can see it. I can certainly see it. Oh, there we go. We have confirmation right in the live chat.
Okay, so I'm going to put a quick poll in the chat, guys. So this will be for the New Wave Toys segment when we get there, but this gives you time to start getting your votes in. Excuse me, I was burping there. New Wave Toys Time Traveler, probably the most shocking announcement of the week when it comes to positive stuff. The poll option is going to be, hey, New Wave Toys Time Traveler, I've played it, and you know you're a fan of it, and you're interested in picking up their Replicate for $300. I've never played it, but still curious about buying it because some of you guys, there's a lot of people out there who've never played this game. Also, I've played it, but I have no interest in buying this thing. And then also never played, no interest. What's funny is, you know, like I made my video today, Mike, saying, hey, Like, I've never played this game before, and I think the only time I can visually remember, I can't remember everything that's ever happened to me my entire life, or whatever, every machine in every arcade I've ever been to, or bowling alley or whatever. I've never played it. The only time I remember seeing it is at Galloping Ghost, and I remember we were walking around and we played so many machines, but I skipped it because I was like, it looks like a giant washing machine, you know what I mean? And I just kept going, you know? I was like, it looks cool because I could kind of see the hologram shit going on, but I was like, oh, that, and I just kept going, you know what I mean? So I would love to know for people to say they've never played it, no interest. I'm not telling you what to vote for, but I'm sure I'm not alone. Let's save that for that segment, Carl. That segment's going to be towards the end. Let's get that off there.
So,
all right, we wanted.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get the poll. I just wanted to get the poll going. So we'll let that run for about 20 minutes. All right, AtGames calendar. Mike, take it away. It's your show. Tell us about AtGames. Go ahead, buddy.
All right, so we get the March calendar here, and it's a pretty empty month. I mean, the calendar went up on Friday here. Well, it actually came out, when was it? Tuesday. So at that point, the Dr. Seuss leaderboard event had already, been over. I can't remember if the Dr. Seuss leaderboard event was announced on the February calendar, but I found it strange that this calendar came out on Tuesday and that event was already pretty much over, but I could be mistaken about that. It's a pretty barren month in terms of game releases. On the 27th, we've got Primal Carnage Retro coming out, and that should be more along the lines of what a lot of people like. There's some images we're going to show you on the calendar in a minute. There's a spring sale coming up. No information on that. Flipper Friends and stuff like that. If you're interested, you go find that stuff out yourself. I'm not going to cover that. The only interesting thing from the calendar is the fact that there's only one Zen Studios release coming up on the 19th. Now, AtGames did say that they expected to have like almost a full slot of games coming out from Zen, like 52 game releases coming out this year. So it's kind of strange that we're only getting one this month, and it leads me to believe that it might be some kind of pack. And I discussed this in a video. There's not a lot of games that they announced on that calendar they had to take down that were in bundles or packs. There was Tomb Raider, which we're definitely not getting yet because Zen still hasn't released it officially. And really the only other ones were Star Wars. So is it possible we're getting Star Wars Pinball from AtGames this month?
No.
Steven says no.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think, can I tell you my theory?
No, JJ, I do not work for AtGames. I do not have an NDA with them. I'm part of their influencer program. That's it.
He's contracted.
I don't have a
Can I tell you
contract.
my theory?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Am I lagging?
Nope.
Is the whole stream
No, you're
lagging, or
good.
is it just me? I think we're having internet problems.
No. You're good, man. You're in sync.
Okay. All right. So here's my theory. Zen Studios is no longer the gigantic personnel that they used to have, right? When Embracer Group, they've laid off some departments, right? I mean, that's public knowledge. I don't think Zen Studios has as big of a development team as we think it does anymore. And they have a massive launch coming up by the end of this month. In my opinion, this is my opinion, guys. This is a theory. I know Mel Kirk, he loves sending out those C&Ds. He loves sending them out, copy paste off the internet. I know he loves sending it out. So this is pure speculation. My theory, rumor, and speculation is they are laser focused on that release because that is going to reach tens of thousands of potential users, and they got to get all these games ready, tested, launched with the Pinball VR. And my theory is they've told AtGames like, hey, we're not going to be able for the January 1st quarter. It's going to be slow. We'll get back to you. You know what I mean? Like all eyes are on this release because think about it. They would rather sell a whole bunch of pinball games to tens of thousands of potential customers versus 3,000 owners of AtGames pinball machines, right? So that's my theory. That's what I think is happening. I think after VR pinball launches, probably like around April, May, I think my theory is you'll see the Zen Studios releases pick back up for AtGames. I
Can
think
can
that's a
piggy-
fair guess. Nostalgia's got that. Nostalgia's got that mean look on his face whenever he's about to disagree with somebody. Go ahead, Nostalgia. Go ahead.
No. I wanted to piggyback off of what you were saying because I don't know if you guys have ever talked about this or if we've talked about it on the show while I was daydreaming. But with Zen's Pinball FX VR game that's coming out and their existing partnership with AtGames, and with their new system, they've got this AR system where you can actually put your pinball machines and set up your home space and whatever, however you like. Do you think that there's a possibility that there's also a cross partnership going in the other direction? So rather than just having Zen games on the AtGames platform, that maybe Zen is working with AtGames to integrate like Bluetooth from the ALP to connect to the Meta Quest, so that way you could physically play with physical buttons to some of the Zen games through the VR system.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Do you think that's
that
like
would be
a
awesome.
thing?
You could possibly do that already with the X Arcade because
No.
the X Arcade already connects. If they could do some kind of attachment,
I don't know. I don't know. I've been doing X Arcade. Is it Bluetooth enabled?
no, you got to use a dongle, but like that's how Arcade Ranger works, and it does have flipper buttons on the sides.
Okay, so maybe something like that. I'm just wondering if like you could actually do that. You're wearing your Quest headset, you're standing in front of your AtGames machine, and instead of seeing the AtGames machine, you're seeing everything in VR, but you can control the actual gameplay with the physical machine. And if you nudge the machine, it also nudges it in the game. Like I'm sure you could probably get the accelerometers to trigger through Bluetooth as well.
I'm not sure, but anyways, Carl, B. Kirby, one of the best guys in the community, always so nice, so kind, supporting all the channels. You want to grab this one?
Goose was also in the Revenge of the Nerds. So are you saying Fox is a nerd? Nerd.
A lot of people
Yes.
don't know this, but I played Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds. Nerds.
Sorry, guys. I'm having. I think it might be me. You guys on my end are all like cutting in and out. You know what I mean? So I think I'm having internet issues on my end. How's it coming across, guys, in the chat? Let us know. It is storming and raining in Arizona today. We don't get rain very much, dude. It's been raining all freaking day here. So my backyard is now a dirt pond. I can't wait to, the dogs are so excited to go out there and play in that crap. You know what I mean?
Oh, that made me so happy. Anyways, back to AtGames. So, where's
Well,
my
I mean,
screen?
is there anything more there, or can we? Move
There's
on?
a couple things just really quickly we can talk about. So,
Okay.
I did want to bring up right now, they've got the spring sale going on, which we don't know about from 320 to 324. But right now, and until April 28th at Sam's Club, there's a super sale on the Legends Ultimate HD CE. I know that our buddy Chaotic BPR just picked one up, and he confirmed that even without buying OTG or the advanced features, he can still easily bring games to the system through the thumbstick, I guess through their universal loaders. So he says it's good to go. So you can still bring your own game without the advanced features. So that's a good thing. Now you can't do coin ops unless you roll back your firmware, but you can still play your own games on it on the new firmware. So that's $499. They've got a bunch of other, they say up to $500 in savings. Some of this is just creative marketing because they say up to $500 in savings. They also include the extra price for the website and the savings on shipping. So I'm like, are you really saving anything? So that's a weird one. But you also get like coupons for like, I think it's like $50 off. What is it? $50 off like the quad play control panel, $50 off ArcadeNet, $50 off Legends Bit LCD HD, and then $50 off advanced features and external applications. So $499 for your Sam's Club. And you get all these benefits as well. And then just going down here to show you Primal Carnage Retro, we got a little bit of a look at the gameplay for the table there in the calendar. So you can take a look at more features and the layout of the game. It's definitely going to play a little bit better for some people than Primal Carnage Solid State did, even though I kind of like that one.
No.
It's not? It's
this is
bad?
going to be worse, Mike. This is going to be the gameplay experience is going to be, guys. Look at those little tiny brown flippers.
Oh my
It's like
God.
what your 1950s, 60s pinball machines. You know what I mean?
P-Dubs is right here.
So instead of solid state, this is more electromechanical, right? EMT.
Gotcha.
And this is the one I'm not interested in. I like Primal Carnage Solid State. I've made a couple YouTube shorts. I've been singing its praises. Me, Mr. AtGames Hater, I've been singing its praises. I think it's a great game. I'm looking forward to seeing the Primal Carnage remake version, which will be more like a 80s, 90s pinball style. I think that'll be really cool. The deluxe version, I'm sure, will have 9,000 frickin' flippers on it, and I'll probably hate it. But this retro one, I'm skipping because I don't want to play that old of pinball. Does that make sense? You guys let me know in the chat if you like that kind of pinball, but I can't do it, man. I can't play that. I'll lose my mind. The flippers are too small. It's all about nudging in those old games, man.
I'm not a nudger.
Banging around like crazy.
Pinball,
yeah.
Let's move on to Wonderland.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
P-Dubs didn't hear us. They want to do Wonderland Pinball, Dubs.
Yeah. Carl's pushing us through, guys. All right, we're moving on. Moving on to Wonderland Pinball. All right, so Wonderland Pinball released the news today that we don't have any kind of transition for this stuff.
Console chatter.
You haven't. We got to come up with a pinball theme. We're all pinball channels now, right?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
no,
we
we're
should-
VR
for
channels
yourselves.
now. Yeah.
VR channels.
Yeah,
That's right.
We should probably just just make like a little pinball intro. All right, I got it right here. Sorry, I wasn't ready. I got rushed. Carl's like, whoosh, let's move it, boys. All right, so we found out about the Kickstarter. We found out some interesting information today. We found out that anyone who backs the Kickstarter, when it goes live on March 11th, which is like 4 days from now, you will get a 1-year warranty on your machine. If this machine makes its way to retail down the road and outlets start selling this thing, distributors, they're probably only going to get a 90-day warranty. So you get a 1-year warranty, guys. So that's pretty nice if you back the Kickstarter. I also found out something about the shipping. So one thing that was not mentioned on any of these slides in the video that they did or any of that stuff that they put out on their social media, they never mentioned the potential shipping for the Kickstarter. So I emailed Peter today at Wonderland and said, hey, man, how much is the shipping going to be for this unit for Kickstarter backers? And Peter told me that it would be less than $100, but it would also be region specific. So less than $100, region specific. So that's what Peter told me. So there you guys go. A lot of people have been asking about the shipping charge for the Kickstarter. There you go.
That's really good. That's really good considering the price. Now, I'll have to email Peter later and ask him, can I buy this in Canada? I'm not 100% sure I'm going to get it yet.
Yep.
$99.99.
Yep. Because this reminds me of when Peter kept saying it's going to be less than $1,000 for the machine. And basically the MSRP on this machine, guys, is $999.99, right? That's the MSRP. So it's less than $1,000 by a penny. So he said it's going to be less than $100. Who knows? It could be $99.99. But Conti, yes. And I'm assuming, too, that's for United States backers. I don't know how they're going to do international. But we're talking when it arrives in their California warehouse and they start shipping it out to people across the country here, it'll be less than $100 for Kickstarter backers. He also said when the Kickstarter goes live on March 11th, when you go to back the Kickstarter and you put in all the information, it'll have the shipping charge there for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Just really quickly, Peter, if you're out there in the ether or anybody from Wonderland, if you are going to do international shipping to Canada, do not use UPS. I'll tell you why, okay? They fuck you at the UPS, okay?
So does DHL. Use FedEx.
Yeah, they've got a new brokerage fee. Last couple items company sent to me to review actually came with a brokerage fee that was pretty much 70% of the cost of the item in the first place. So whatever you do, International orders do not use UPS.
Yeah, UPS is terrible. They're terrible.
So ballpark adding $100 to your Kickstarter pledge, guys, if you are considering the shipping charge. Now, I made a video about this today. I think Mike made a video. I didn't watch Mike's video yet, so I would
thanks,
love to.
man.
Well, Mike, it just came out like 2 hours ago while I was taking a nap. All right, so I would love to hear Mike, Nostalgia, and Carl. Let's start with Carl. What do you think about this being $800 for the first 100 backers? And don't worry, guys, we're going to go over the cautions again, like I did in my video. Go ahead. As well as I'm going to tell you guys my plan for this project. Go ahead, Carl.
So I did a video a while back. Let me share this here. And they came pretty close to what I projected. I guess I can share while you're sharing, I guess. But I projected that their early special one would be called the White Rabbit early edition. So they kept with that. I projected it would be $750 for that White Rabbit. They made it $799, so I got pretty close there. They have a Mad Hatter one as well. I think I'm overpricing that one. They did make that lower, but yeah, it's along the lines of what I would have anticipated for rewarding people for jumping in early and getting the ball rolling with this. Because you got to motivate people.
Keyboard, man.
I think $750 would have been a better price for it, obviously.
Right.
But $800 is what they're offering the first 100 people. So if you want it, that's going to be the best deal. But you're going to have to act fast. I think that 100 units is going to go pretty quick.
Yep. And then here's pretty much the standard that people would be picking up. So assuming the 100, $799 go first day, Mike, Nostalgia, let's go with Nostalgia. What do you think about the overall price and everything we've learned about this particular pinball machine over the months? Go ahead.
Oh, boy. Okay, so I'm going to try to say this as productively as I can, not to sound like an ass. I genuinely hope this product is successful.
Oh, wow.
It concerns me significantly that they could put this together and then sell it for $799. And it doesn't concern me about the quality. I'm just like, I can't compute in my head, one, how they can build it and sell it for a profit, or even at a break even at $799, factoring in whatever additional costs, and then $100 to ship a machine this size within the US or wherever it is geographically. It makes me a little nervous. So I hope all of this is legitimate. I hope that people actually end up getting what they're buying. The prices, they just seem too good to be true to me, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It freaks me out when I see these prices. I'm like, how can you build something that's 80% the scale of an official pinball machine? It's tough. It's tough to think about.
Right? Yeah.
Whatever these guys are doing.
Come on, Mike.
Whatever these guys are doing, they need to double down on it, because if they've got supply costs down that low and they can get shipping that low, these guys are going to be wildly successful if this is a real product that ships.
Well, this doesn't include shipping.
Right. There's an extra $100 for shipping.
Right. Let me just add on that. You can make anything for any price. So
right.
So the idea that they can make it, it's not in question. Is it going to be any fun? Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be entertaining? I mean, you can get a American Dow pinball table, that's 1/5 scale. That's actually fun to play. So I think it's going to come down to, will they be able to, with that price, get a table that's people can enjoy? You know what I mean? And it's not, if they were doing like American Dow is one of the older electromagnetic tables, right? Where you just got the bells and the chimes, they're trying to get this at a Stern type of level, right? A modern gameplay, and that's where the challenge is going to be. So I'm very interested to see. I'm very interested in this project. I think I definitely will pledge with this project. But again, it's a big risk, and we don't know until we see it.
Mike, what
Yeah,
are your quick thoughts? Sorry, no, Nostalgia, go ahead, because we hear from me and Mike all the time. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to say, like, I don't want to sound like I'm like being a Debbie Downer or bashing the product. I think what I've seen so far, it looks like it could be a really great product. And if it plays really well and it actually ships and people actually get a good product for that price point, that's incredible. In fact, that's like, it's so far above what I would expect that it would be like, this company's going to be stellar. 5 to 10 years down the road, this company's going to be
Stellar
really
Pinball's a different company. So
that's right.
it can't be Stellar.
You guys are
So
funny.
I do want to point out the fact that Nostalgia, I've never ever thought you were more of a hypocrite than that last segment. For someone who always talks about the value you get for the dollar, and then to shit on a product with a ton of value because they have a low dollar matter.
No. I'm saying
I know what you're saying.
It ships. If this is legitimate and people can really get this thing for the prices that they're claiming, and the thing is, this is a Kickstarter, right? So I've lost money on a Kickstarter. Carl, you've lost money on a Kickstarter. People lose money on Kickstarters all the time.
On the Indiegogo.
Indiegogo. You can lose money on these when you back a product prior to shipping, right? Because the release schedule can be delayed, and it can be delayed, and it can be delayed because of whatever issue that comes up with production. So as long as people get what they buy, and the product is of reasonable quality, I think it's a win. My fear is that people may not get what they're buying, or nobody's really seen this thing in like a finished product yet, have they?
Yeah, we haven't seen the finished version yet.
No.
So it's just where I'm at, I'm gonna say buyer beware.
You don't think people are gonna get what they're buying? What do you think? They're just gonna get a box? There's gonna be a bunch of cats in there?
No, well, I mean, with any of these sort of things, you just might not get anything, right?
Yeah. So I do want to, P-Dubs, I think you talked about in your video some cautions. I want to put some cautions out there too. The thing that really concerns me about this, like, I'm very happy watching this come together, very happy seeing the gameplay videos. I think it looks beautiful, very happy with the prices they have on the Kickstarter. Great hearing the shipping prices. There's a lot of positives about Alice in Wonderland Pinball and what Wonderland Amusements is doing, but pinball's a tough one. It really is all about the playing experience, and you can't just buy something based on a theme. Like, you end up buying like a Venom pinball, and then you can't sell it for what you paid for it, so you're out like a couple $1,000.
Shut up, Mike. Shut up, Mike.
But like, you really have to play it. So I'm glad B's going to WonderCon.
Yes,
I'm going to be interested
so
to hear
happy
his
to hear
opinion.
that today.
But I really think that I know it's expensive, but I think Wonderland Amusements is doing themselves a disservice by not trying to get this out there so more people can experience it.
Yeah. So before we dive into some of these accessories, I guess we'll just dive into that right now. So like I said in my video, at the end of my video today, I did the stream. I gave out the information, and I said, hey, I got some caution, things to think about or chew on at the end of the video. We haven't seen this thing fully up and running yet. We haven't seen the voiceovers. We haven't seen the callouts. We haven't heard all the music. We haven't seen the video game modes. We haven't seen like the final playfield adjustments. Remember when we interviewed him on my channel, they said they were going to make some adjustments to the ramps and stuff, make sure it plays the way they wanted to play. We haven't seen that. That prototype 3.0, which should have a lot of that implemented, is not going to be seen by the public until WonderCon, unless they decide to do it sooner and add some videos to the Kickstarter page when the Kickstarter goes live March 11th. But WonderCon is March 28th. And like I was telling people in the comments on my video, and my thought process is the difference between $749 and $799 and $849 is only $50. Am I going to rush to save $50 and be one of the first 100 backers? It's not that much. If my opinion is, wait until WonderCon. Wait until you see the full like prototype 3.0 that's supposed to be there. And definitely, I love the fact that B's going. We just confirmed that tonight. And with B going as well to get us some footage and tell us how it plays, B is becoming a pinball expert. B knows his shit, despite what. No, he does. He does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he knows his shit. Way to get disqualified for playing somebody else's extra ball in the tournament last night, B.
Oh, God damn it, B.
But-
Why would you make that mistake?
What
So
a
my-
jerk.
So my plan is, although I'm a YouTube channel and I cover the news, on March 11th, when this Kickstarter goes live, I'm telling you guys right now, I am not backing the Kickstarter immediately. I'm waiting until March 28th and we get a little bit more of a reveal. And if I like what I see, I might back it on, you'll see me on like March 29th back it. So it doesn't hurt to wait, guys. You worst case scenario, you're out $50 if you don't rush. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna pose a question to you. One of the reasons I'm not gung ho on picking up this product personally, like I think it's cool and stuff like that. I already have a real pinball machine. You have multiple real like new pinball machines. That doesn't throw you off from this one. You still want to get this one, even though you already have real pinball.
Why?
There's nothing-
Is it?
why
What are you
not?
talking about?
Are you saying you can only own one kind of pinball?
No. I'm not saying that, but like, you know, I would imagine the market for this is mainly people who are like, I don't have the room, like I can't afford it, and I want to play real pinball, right?
All right, exactly. So diehard pinheads, this product is not for them. You know, I mean, people that only love the real, authentic $10,000 experience. This product is for people who, let's be honest, a bulk of our community. They want smaller, lighter, easier, and cheaper machines to fit in their homes. That's our community, Mike. And I'm in this community. So, and also there are people who are not diehard pinheads. They're people like me who, because keep in mind, diehard pinball heads, they hate virtual pinball, Mike. They hate it. They don't want to play video game pinball. It's not the real thing. You know what I mean? It's like the difference between the people, guys, we've heard it for years from the people who only love real arcade machines, crapping on Arcade1Up, AtGames, iArcade, all these companies, and Unico. It's not real. It's not real. It's small. It's tiny. It's a toy, blah, blah, blah. That's the issue, right? That's the concern. Me, there's people like me who are flexible. I own real arcades, real pinball, as well as a whole bunch of 3/4 scale shit, virtual pinball. I'm what you call flexible. If it's fun, I'll buy it and play it. So that's the way I look at it. You have some people, they're just not flexible, Mike. It's got to be this and nothing else. Does that make sense?
And speaking of flexibility, I want to correct you on something. Typically with a Kickstarter program, you can pledge, but you have a time frame that you can change your pledge as well. So so if you get in on the cheaper pledge and you want to change your mind at some point in time, you can change that pledge. You can cancel out that pledge until they take your money. The pledge is not in stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do have a window where you can cancel your pledge or change it up.
But you can't get into a pledge that's filled up like if the 100 people have already picked that.
Yeah, once it's gone, it's gone. But yeah.
All right, let's go over.
Cancel before the pledge is set.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
P-Dubs, I've met you in person. You're not really that flexible.
Mike, stop with the sexual innuendo all the time.
That wasn't sexual. We went to dinner and you were like, I am not paying.
That's not true. I was the guy. I was the guy giving White Castle hamburgers to the homeless. Well, I'm not going to name names. Someone else at the table was like, "Why are you feeding that dude?"
That wasn't me. Now, just tell people that I didn't say that.
All right, guys, let's just do the add-ons real quick. The show's kind of dragging, and I know the time traveler discussion is going to take a little while. So, real quick, the add-ons that they announced: the dust cover, $49 if you want to get a dust cover, or pick up a barbecue grill cover.
Yeah, that's what I called it too. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Or pick up a $20 barbecue grill cover at your local Ace Hardware. Everybody, $49. Now, this I actually like when it comes to the accessories. Is the fact that all three accessories are sold as a bundle for $129. You get the new plunger that looks like the Alice keyhole. And keep in mind, they kept talking about brass in their video. It should be like a brass coating. It's not actual brass. It's like a brass coating, but still a lot of money for that Super Pinball Edition, that $1,800 version for that. But you know, you're gonna get the brass shooter knob that looks like a doorknob with the keyhole. Instead of having just that thin piece of plastic cut out of the Mad Hatter, you'll get an actual sculpture that you can plug in instead. So you'll get the Mad Hatter sculpture. And instead of the thin plastic cutout on the back of the table, the Cheshire Cat, you could get this actual sculpture that does plug in and light up, is all that. So I'm getting ready to block him. I'm just kidding, Jamie. I love you. Remember, don't get me grumpy or there'll be a sand in the vag segment. But $129 for these accessories. I honestly think that's a good price, Mike. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. Like a shooter rod is always a fun thing for people like me. I just want the plunger. I don't really give a shit about that. But I like getting the extra characters instead of the standees. Like I hate standees. I think it's the cheapest, stupidest thing pinball companies do. And speaking of cheap and stupid, let's talk about this topper.
You don't like the topper?
I hate the topper.
All right. Tell me why, Mike.
Because it's basically useless, except for the fact that you have a light over your pinball machine. I don't, maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't interact.
Mike, it's all opinions. Nobody's wrong. Go ahead.
You know, I personally, it reminds me of like some of the spooky toppers that I thought were kind of crappy, like Halloween. Like it seems like just very thin characters that light up. I don't know if it interacts. Like, you know, when you get a topper, it's usually supposed to interact with the machine, with the code, do different things. This looks like a nightlight, just like it comes on, kind of like what AtGames toppers do.
Like it's only $150.
I know. At the same time, I get that.
I mean, they could have added a topper that actually the heads move and it talks and they look like ET, right, Mike? Like
that would be perfect. Every
Assholes.
topper should have a
Right.
ET with a wig on it.
All right,
He's expecting the features out of a Mercedes, but he only wants to pay the price of a Hyundai.
All right.
That's
So
right.
tonight's virtual segment, Carl, I definitely want to get your thoughts on the final price here. Ready? So $849. Let's just say if you get the machine, let's say you get the topper, that's $149. You also want to get, let's just say you want to get the accessories, so that's another $129. So let's say that's all you get. And then also the shipping charge is going to be, let's just ballpark $100 because they said it'll be less than $100, but let's just say $100. Now, I'm not including taxes or anything. I don't know how taxes would be applied, but you're looking at $1,200 for this pinball to get that with those bells and whistles. Do you really need the cover? You know what I mean? Do you really need that? Stuff like that. Carl, what do you think? Let's say WonderCon, this thing looks super impressive. B-Kong walks away and tells everyone it's a must buy for $1,200 all in. Would you consider it at that point? Let me know your thoughts, buddy.
I'm with Michael on the topper. You
right,
guys
so
remember he mentioned Stellar Pinball. They have that little rocket launching topper. I mean, if it was something along that lines, I would be interested in it. But this just an acrylic picture, I would pass on that.
Okay, so you take away that $149. Now you're at $1,078.
Yeah. I think I would, if I was doing, I would get the early thing for $800, and I would leave it at the aftermarket for anything extra.
So I do want to comment on the topper really quickly. What I said in my video, I will state, I don't like their topper, but I'm interested to see what the third-party market does. I want to see what the community does, because even with real pinball, like some of the third-party toppers are better than the $1,000, $2,000 Stern jobs. So I think there's an opportunity here to see what Wonderland did for $150, and for these guys that do light up and like molding stuff, do some cool shit. Like there's probably should have been a Cheshire Cat, you know, blowing out a little puff of hookah smoke. It's kind of like watching a video with chaotic BPR in it. Every now and then you'll see the puff of smoke come out of them.
You're too funny. So it's interesting. Me personally, I'm going to wait until WonderCon. It's been fun to follow this project. It's been fun to cover this project. It's been fun to interview the guys and talk to them. But again, it's $1,000 plus you're looking at potentially. So, you know, it's not something I buy on a whim like a, you know, $300 arcade machine. You know what I mean? So, all right, there you go. Anything else we should add about this, you guys think?
I think all of us want to see this succeed. So hopefully it works out for them. Hopefully the Kickstarter's a huge success. They do more stuff, and maybe we'll even get some theme tables from them in the future. I really hope it plays well. I hope B comes back and he gives us the thumbs up, because that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And if they want to change my perspective on being hesitant, the easiest way to do it is just send me a check and maybe a free product, and I'll boost the snot out of it, and we'll call it a day.
You said you will be a shill. You can be.
I will shill. I will shill every day.
As has been reported many times on the internet by other people, I can be bought.
Absolutely.
I look at
what, Mike?
Look at it this way: the equivalent product that I have for $1,000 is my Killer Instinct Pro. If this thing is playable and fun, then that $1,000 is very easy, especially if I get it at the $800. It's a no-brainer purchase. But if you get it and don't enjoy turning it on at any price, it's not worth it.
So, guys, just a quick community announcement. B says he's going to WonderCon. More people should come to WonderCon. I don't want to be the only one giving an opinion on it, but
you're
also
going to be the only person.
I know.
You need to
Also,
hear from me.
if you do want to connect with B about going to WonderCon, you can find him on Christian Mingle. So, guys, check out BCon.
Mike, I want to wrap up this segment by saying one simple thing. It's like the number one rule in business. What money can't buy, more money can.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Thanks a lot, Nostalgia. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Common Sense 101 from Nostalgia, the Confucius of Super Game Room dudes. B Kong, in my opinion, got robbed from Pinball Breakout Star of the Year. I was really hoping B would win that. B has busted his ass all year last year covering pinball.
Rigged.
And I trust B. I trust B, and I look forward to hearing what B says at WonderCon. I wish I could go, B, but it's too soon for me to make that trip possible. So we're counting on you, B. Make sure you tell it, and tell us too if it sucks, man. Tell us too, man.
Mostly tell us that.
You got to realize, like, it's not common sense. If you're going to walk up to this thing and think you're playing a Stern pinball machine, you are going to be disappointed. This is not that. You know what I mean?
Oh, so I already got a spoiler from Bo Knows Tecmo about what B will say about it.
Oh my God.
It's playable.
All right, let's do the giveaway.
Yeah.
But after the giveaway, guys, we're going to then we're going to talk about this New Wave Toys machine that just got announced, the Replicade. So let me just find the giveaway tool. Big shout out and thank you in the live chat to Jason, the little alien. He is going to be giving away a Zoltar, a New Wave Toys Replicade Zoltar, to a lucky winner in our live chat. Let me just get this all set up. And as always, we're going to do just a keyword in the chat that you guys will pop in. And let me put this here.
And
all right,
everyone
guys.
is eligible to win this except for the Cornercade.
Yep, except for the Cornercade. All right, guys.
Not win this.
All right, big shout out to Jason for doing this for the chat. Zoltar, hashtag Zoltar. Start throwing those in the live chat if you want to win this particular prize, and we'll go from there. So I'm excited. I love my Zoltar machine, and I hope they make more of those animatronics, but I understand a lot of their super fans, Mike, really just want them to focus on the classic mini arcade machines. But I love the fact that they're doing coin machines, cigarette machines, animatronics of Zoltar, you know, like the skee ball machine and stuff. Like, the only thing I don't really care about is them like making those mini bicycles, like the mini BMXs. Like, I don't give a shit about that. But you know, I love the fact that they make all this crazy crap. So what about you?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I will openly tell you that I'm the guy that wants the weird shit. Like, whenever we watch one of these and Arcade1Up's going to announce something, you always say something stupid that you don't think they can make. Like, yeah, do a wacko cab. And like, Time Traveler was definitely on that list. Like, when you want to challenge a company to make something you never thought they would make, it's fucking Time Traveler. But they made it. It is so friggin' cool.
Hey, I don't know if we missed. Did we get this one?
We didn't, but we should talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead and do that now while the stuff's coming in. It's directed at you, Nostalgia. Go ahead.
He says, I'll tell you
B.
how,
Kirby.
Nostalgia. I've built homes my entire adult life. A house costs you 200 grand, but it only costs the builder at most 70,000 bucks. And I get that. Actually, that's how it is here in Canada. Now the prices are substantially different. You're going to pay $900,000 for a house, but it's only going to cost you 350 grand to build it. And I get that, but we're not talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in builders with the ability to build large developments when they're buying massive plots of lands and then parceling it out so that way they can build 100 houses in a lot. We're talking about a relatively small startup company. So they don't have the economies of scale. But I do understand your point. Yes, they clearly have a profit margin. They should have a profit margin. I just get a little hesitant when I see like the pricing. It just, like I said, it seems too good to be true. I hope it is. I hope it's an incredible product. I hope they send me one so that way I can shill it. Yeah, I just think the consumer needs to be mindful of that. Like sometimes when things seem too good to be true, they are. And that may not be the case here.
And I think the tariffs definitely are going to come into play, and I don't know that they factored that into these Kickstarter prices either. So be interesting to see what happens.
Good stuff. All right, guys, we've been kind of hovering around 107 entries here, so we're going to go ahead and draw the winner. Drum roll, please. We'll let Detroit Love announce the winner. Who is it, buddy? Who is it?
It's going to be Nostalgia. Let's do it, baby.
Oh!
Oh! B. Kirby has paid off.
Oh, damn!
Congratulations, B. Kirby, the Chicago Arcade.
Well played, sir. You got your super chat read and then immediately won a prize. Good man.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Jason, do you have a way to contact him personally? Like, isn't he in our Discord, or do you want him to send me an email? Let me know in the live chat.
Don't send P-Dubs an email. Send me an email.
Yeah, send it to Nostalgia. Let Nostalgia handle this.
I got this. Nostalgia@gmail.com, baby. Come
All
at
right.
me.
All right, B. Kirby, make sure you send an email to Nostalgia@gmail.com with your name and address for shipping, and we'll make sure Jason gets it so he can get this out to you.
Yeah, and if you have any problem with the email, you can also find Nostalgia's profile on Farmers Only.
Also, what's funny is when you do giveaways, and I've experienced this because nobody's giving away more shit than me in this community. And I love when someone else said they did, and I pointed it out, and then they retracted it. So finally, we got a retraction from that clown on at least one thing. But what's funny is Jason was telling me, oh man, I wonder if like someone in Europe is going to win it. It's going to cost me a lot of money. Well, guess what? I think I know where you're shipping this one, Jason. Go to Chicago. All right, let's get that off of there. All right, guys, let us pivot over and talk about this New Wave Toys madness. This is a pay-to-win channel. Dude, it's random. Sorry, like it's random, dude, but it's funny. I'm glad to see it's somebody that we know in the chat. Sometimes you see people like it'll say like, you know, Bob's Burgers, and it's like we've never seen the guy before. You know what I mean? Like he's never like there are people who watch the show, but they don't interact in the chat, guys. They keep the chat closed because they don't want to be part of that.
Also, I will tell you, I will have trouble sleeping at night if someone won that I didn't like. That is always my fear. It's not so much that it's someone I don't know; it's someone I don't like.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I would have been pretty upset if I won that.
Man, we're going a little bit long tonight. I feel bad, but hey, it is what it is. We had a lot of topics to cover tonight. We're pivoting over to the New Wave Toys Time Traveler. All right, Mike, take it away. I've been talking like crazy. Go ahead, buddy. I'll pull up the pictures while you're talking.
New Wave Toys absolutely shocked the shit out of everybody with their announcement last night. Arcade Life, we had watched it. They gave us a lot of updates, a lot of information about other products. It was great, but when they announced this, I went into this 1,000% believing we were getting another trackball game with a trackball deck from Glenn. In no way did I ever think this was something coming out from New Wave Toys. They announced the Sega Hologram Arcade Time Traveler, which is absolutely wild. Now I have some questions. Are we going to get Holosseum on this as well? Because New Wave Toys is pretty cool. They usually put multiple games on a cabinet. That'd be amazing. And I think the cab is like pretty much the exact same thing too, if I remember correctly. I never ever played this one growing up. Oh, look at that one. Wow. Good thumbnail.
That was my thumb, Mike. I made that myself, and it sucks.
That's actually that's a good one. I like it.
You like that thumbnail? I suck at thumbnails. I'm not trying.
You did good that one.
I feel bad that I haven't bought a thumbnail from Mason in like 6 months, but hey, I'm saving money. All right, but keep going, man.
So someone said, "Isn't this a Sega cab?" And I have been talking to Biggie D on my Discord about this, and he was like, "New Wave Toys have the Sega license. We don't know that for sure. There's no
be careful
Sega
saying stuff like that."
Yeah, there's no Sega branding on the actual prototype, and we don't know. I went into it. I couldn't find anything about Sega still owning the license. The last thing I found was Digital Leisure released a DVD of this in 2001. So it's possible Digital Leisure owns the rights to this now, kind of like they own the rights to Dragon's Lair, right?
Yeah, they have Dragon's Lair.
Yeah. So this may be owned by Digital Leisure, which is a relationship New Wave Toys already have. So something they can just do. This is wild. I have never seen it before in my life. Before going to Galloping Ghost, last time we went, I didn't play it. This was the first game I went to when I went to Galloping Ghost the second time because I had to experience it. And let me tell you, for those of you looking for New Wave Toys to do a game that's really good, lots of replayability that you're really going to enjoy, this isn't it. This is by far the worst game New Wave Toys have released to date. But I am all in. It's my most anticipated product they've ever put out.
It was a very surprising announcement, but I would love to hear what Detroit Love thinks about this. And Carl, you actually have a little video here. Can I play this video while you're talking?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Just mute it. All right. This is a game that I've never seen, never played. And so I would have to ask Michael, is the realism there for this lady to be sitting just like she's standing?
Wait, are we looking at Detroit Love screensaver on his PC?
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
When does she get on the pole?
Go ahead, Carl. Sorry, Carl.
So I'm not familiar with this. And just the shape of it, usually with I have a display behind me, a diorama of a little arcade. I don't know how this would fit in there. You don't really see it unless you're standing on top of it, right, to see down into it. So it's an oddball one to go into a collection. Clearly, it would have to take quarters, which just has a coin door on it, and clearly it would have to be playable. But it seems that we talked with Quarter Arcades, talked about the the Space Invaders, and the pain in the ass it was to get that ghost effect. I couldn't even imagine what this would take.
This is actually done the exact same way. The hologram is done like a ghost pepper effect.
Yeah. So I imagine this would be quite a pain in the butt to pull off. And will it be worth the effort for them to do it? Do you have enough people interest in it? And only time will tell. And as it is always with their products, if you don't get in on the pre-sales, right, you're going to pay more for it if you change your mind, if you're able to get it at all, if you wait too long, right? So I don't know. This is nothing. I have no relationship with this game. I've never played it, never seen it. So it would be tough for me to pull the plug to purchase it when I just don't know anything about it.
Some comments are too far.
Well, Carl, I appreciate hearing your insight on this one. Nostalgia, what are your thoughts here, buddy?
I'm in the exact same position that Carl's in. I've literally never seen this game in person before. I know that it exists, like I've heard of it, but I don't know what the actual hologram is supposed to look like on a real machine. I've never seen one in person. I actually like this though. I think that they've done a really good job with almost everything that they've ever released, and they're taking on something that is significantly different than what they're typically doing, right? Like they've made their machines in the past. They've got this pinball machine coming up, but for the most part, like this is a product that's different, kind of like Zoltar is different, right? It's very different than all of their other arcades, and it's a cool addition to their product lineup. So if you're somebody who's interested in collecting their products, which to be honest, the majority of people who are buying these products in the first place are buying them for a collection. This is a good product that kind of fits into that, and I don't know, I like it. I think they've done a good job.
I will say, like, if you take a look at that video, the actual hologram itself on the machine is really small. So if you bring this down to the 1/6 scale, holy small.
Yeah. Now hold on. What we just watched was actual footage of their prototype?
No, that's the machine.
No, it's the actual machine.
Yeah, that was.
So we haven't seen any footage of what that hologram actually.
No.
All they showed was a render.
I will tell you, like with a 1/6 scale version of this, like that hologram is so small actually inside the cabinet that the actual visual space, you can kind of see it there in reference to the hands. It'll be a lot like when your wife pulls down your pants nostalgia trying to find the goalpost.
She never finds it.
Oh my God.
Spoiler alert.
Mike, every 5 minutes, it's like clockwork. Every 5 minutes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here comes, here comes. Here comes the inappropriate content.
Inappropriate Friday with Mike.
We'll be honest. Sometimes I have a hard time finding it. So
yeah, when I saw this guy, to be honest with you, there's those little fans that's been available for a couple of years where they have it at the trade shows or whatever, and you can have these kind of holographic type of things. And for the same price, it's like, do I get something this tiny, like you said, Michael, that you have to look down to this cabinet, this very tiny holographic image if they're able to pull it off? Or for the same price, do I get something, one of those fans that I can put behind me and have that same type of effect? It makes it a very tough, for the same price, and even cheaper. It'd be the same price as the pre-sale price. So it would be a very difficult sale. And they have a survey, right? They have a survey. They're trying to get people's input because they obviously don't want to put the time and effort into it if no one's going to buy it. So it's they're definitely going out on the edge. They're going out on the ledge with this product for sure.
We get a super cut there from a super chat from JR really quickly. For people wondering about if the game has replayability, and I will tell you, your New Wave Toys Coke machine has more replayability than this game, but I still want to get it.
Oh, Mike. Massive $10 from JR. Good to see you, JR. Brave and innovative. It's a deep cut for sure. They could have played it safe and just given us Pac-Man. Bravo to New Wave Toys for doing something different. I did echo that at the end of my video today. Talk about a company finally surprising us, shocking us. It reminds you of when, guys, it's been a long time since Arcade1Up pulled the tarp off and Star Wars was revealed because nobody knew about it ahead of time. So many of these machines and things get leaked ahead of time. And that was a great moment for this home arcade community. Whether you like Arcade1Up or not, that was awesome and exciting when they literally pulled the tarp off and revealed the Star Wars machine. I still remember that. So this last night when I was watching this live and they just announced this very, very niche thing, I myself was like, oh, that's that washing machine I saw at Galloping Ghost. But not me. The live chat, Mike. Did you watch New Wave Toys live chat? That live chat erupted. They went banana sandwich in there, and they were pretty surprised and happy, and that's good to see, man. Instead of just doing the predictable shit, they're doing something different. So that was kind of cool.
You got to admit, as long as we've been in this home arcade space, none of us, not a single fucking person had a time traveler recreation arcade on our bingo card. We never thought one of the companies was going to do it. So kudos to them for doing something so wild, right?
Yeah, and these arcades, these replicades are conversation. They're conversation pieces.
Yep.
They're playable, and people are surprised that they're actually playable. You know what I mean? So if they're able to pull this thing off, it's definitely going to be a conversation piece. There's no way that people would not be interested in this. It definitely would be something that will get talked about if you have it in your collection, without a doubt.
Really quickly, I want to answer Neo Severe on this. This is a tough one. New Wave Toys, they really do care about the authenticity. They had a similar problem last time with Frenzy and Berserk, because they're now owned by Atari, and they really wanted to put the Stern logo on them, and they tried different options. They even included like a Stern sticker that you can put on yourself. They just couldn't do it. So, I know with Sega, My Arcade magically, of all the arcade companies, managed to get the Sega logo on their product when no one else could. So hopefully New Wave Toys works something out. Maybe if they can't put it on, they can include some kind of sticker, something like that. That would be really cool. But this is very similar to the situation with Atari and Berserk and Frenzy.
And in this community, you have enough third-party people like a Joe Sabo or those guys would make those things available for you if you wanted to change your, bezel and things like that. So I don't think that's a real concern, because if it means that much to you, then the price doesn't matter, and you'd be willing to pay for it.
I'm sure somebody will sell a little mini Sega sticker you can stick on there. And also, too, remember, Sega, for the most part, the majority of products that they license out, if they're not building it themselves, they don't let those people put their Sega logo on it. Arcade1Up couldn't put the Sega logo on Golden Axe, on Outrun, because Sega themselves weren't building the product. They do that. It's kind of weird.
But My Arcade could, because of their world-renowned quality.
That was so shocking
I know.
that they actually got the approval for that logo. So yeah, let's go ahead and end the poll. And I'm happy to say, so for everyone who, 'cause I was honest in my video, I was like, guys, I don't have any nostalgia for this game, never played it. Mike, do you realize 40% of the people who voted in the poll have never played that game? This time traveler game, never played it, no interest, 40%. But I've played it and I'm interested, 25% of the audience. I've played it. I've never played the game before, but interested in this $300 replicate, 13%. So if you add 25 plus 13, what is that? 38, something like that. So you're roughly at about 60% of people aren't interested, 40% are interested, ballpark in some manner. The question is if the New Wave Toys Survey Monkey comes back with those results, will they cancel this?
Oh,
Like,
I hope not.
Like if only 40% of people say they're interested, I would cancel it myself.
Guys,
What you guys think?
this is 100% going to be right down to the price. This is 100%. If it's a $500 machine, no one's buying it.
Well,
even if they want to, like $500 is too much. I think the survey had like a $300, $400, $500 price point. 500 is too much. Just realistically, no one's paying that.
you got to think about how much it's
Well, you
going to
can't
cost.
say no one's paying it, but will enough people buy it?
Yeah, you got to think about how much it's going to cost in Canada for us. Like, I really want this, but like, you do the math on that. $300 US is going to be like what, like $470 Canadian?
Yeah, it's
and then
pretty high,
New Wave Toys shipping is like $180 to Canada.
It costs twice as much as the product itself. Yeah.
Fuck. So yeah, like it's going to cost me like $600 all in to get this.
Yeah, it's going to be, and I mean, I'm sure. I mean, they keep us in mind in Canada, but I'm sure we're not the core of their business. We're
No.
not even probably. We're probably
like,
less than 5%.
AtGames told me one point, like we're like 3% of their overall business. I would imagine with Arcade1Up, it's like 10%. You know, it's
Not
very
even.
small.
No,
we don't need Canada.
Right. So the situation here is going to be if this is going to retail for $4.99.
Yeah.
It'll be a really tough pill to swallow, even for those who really, really want this for their collection. And quite honestly, I don't think that they're going to be able to do enough volume for it to be worthwhile and actually keep that price even at the $500 price point. So
I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too. But
the good thing is Trump has 4 years to make you guys part of the state. So you could you could have an opportunity to get this at a good price.
I look forward to you becoming our 11th province.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'll take the wheel. You guys are hilarious. All right, guys, we are at 1 hour, 45 minutes, and I'm feeling pretty good. Should we end the show now or what?
Yeah, the hell with this. I'm going to go have sex with my wife.
All right, there's nothing else we missed doing. We're good to go.
Sand in the veg.
Aw, do you guys really want to end the show on a negative? Do you guys really want to end the show on a negative?
Of course, I want to sit here and enjoy this.
Well, actually, it's not going to be. It's not going to be negative.
We forgot two main things that were on the thumbnail: Walkabout Mini Golf Olympus and the Nintendo games.
We really didn't have time for those tonight.
Didn't we talk about the Walkabout Mini Golf Olympus last week?
We will have
Is there more
to.
news?
We will
Well,
have to.
Well,
We'll
they
have
were on
to-
the thumbnail, but they're not in the title of the video. Again, guys, we can't
They
get
are.
to every fucking topic. It's been an hour 45. We want to end the show. We'll get to
Hour
those.
40.
We'll get to those next week. We'll update the thumbnail and put a little black bar over those in case if anyone gets offended for some weird reason. All right, real quick, guys. This is actually going to be really, 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 really quick. All right, just to sum up the events of what have happened in the last week in a nutshell is probably about a week and a half or so ago. I don't know the exact time. A person who apparently potentially works for one of these companies, whether it be Arcade1Up, Iconic Arcade, leaked to YouTubers that Iconic
Allegedly.
Arcade... Allegedly, keep in mind, this is all rumor. Everything is a rumor. Everything that happened over the last week and a half in this community, all the fucking drama, all over rumors, no receipts, no evidence. Although, we'll get there. So, this person reaches out to a couple of YouTubers, and very specific YouTubers, might you, saying, hey, did you know Arcade1Up sent a cease and desist, blah, blah, blah. Now, when this one YouTuber, TechBuzz, who got the information, he, of course, talked to his buddies. Now, what's interesting is he told Mike. Mike had no idea. Mike had no idea until he was told. Now, when TechBuzz told Mike, Mike played VR golf later that night with James Hates Everything. He was the only other YouTuber there. And then a few members from the community, guys who we always play golf with. These guys, Mike and James and the guys, he's like, yeah, I heard this from TechBuzz, but it's a rumor, blah, blah, blah. And this was like, but it's a rumor. If I called you Nostalgia tomorrow and said, hey, guess what?
What?
Capcom is filing bankruptcy tomorrow.
No way.
Would you immediately run and make a video about it?
Yes.
So because of that, I guess Mike and James didn't immediately run to their PCs making a video because some YouTuber told them some rumor. Now, what's funny is Mike and James are the only ones that knew about it. Now let's backtrack. So TechBuzz, who by the way, TechBuzz, he can't keep a secret. No offense, Steven, I love you, but you can't keep a secret. You talk to everybody. So Haywood here, he tells Mike, Mike tells James, and they talk about it in VR golf. I was not there. And they're like, yeah, I heard this rumor. TechBuzz, of course, then tells other people. These YouTubers, now I don't know what happened with the messaging there, where it goes from, hey, somebody literally called me on the phone and told me this information, and now I'm telling you. But because I'm telling you, that means everybody else knows. Everybody else knows, and they're all hiding it. So one of two things happen. Now, what's interesting is Rex did an interview or whatever the other night on Steps Gaming Channel. He loves not showing the receipts. TechBuzz literally messaged him before that live stream, a couple days before that live stream, letting him know that, hey, man, I misinformed you. I was wrong. Nobody knew ahead of time. It wasn't this big scandal. You know what I mean? Rex has those receipts. He has those messages. But the funny thing about Rex is he had already gone live. What all Rex had to do was make his little video saying, hey, guys, I heard some inside information. There might be a cease and desist. Let's fucking go. Down with John D., whatever his messaging was. That's all he had to do. But if you watch his video, he does that. He did, because that's the only information he was given. And then he spends 20 minutes inventing this fallacy of a conspiracy that everybody fucking knows. I got name dropped, 19K Fox, all these people. And guess what, guys? None of us fucking knew. None of us fucking knew.
Did I get name dropped?
None of us knew. And we were accused.
Get name dropped
And we were fucking accused of lying to this community and hiding it to protect John G. Guys, you guys know me. If anyone had told me, and I think this is why Mike didn't tell me, Mike, what would happen if I was told?
I don't know.
I would have made a
video.
I would have made a video.
Made a video.
I would have made a
Of course you
video. I have no problem spoiling, spoilers for people,
You made two
when
videos today, and you're supposed to be at work.
I have a long history of doing that. I would have made the video first, right? Like if someone told me, but nobody told me. Nobody told 19K Fox, Console Kids, B Kong, everybody. Nobody knew, right? Nobody knew. And I don't blame Mike and James for not making a video because James did make a point. He made some points. Like some points, I don't actually think these companies would come and sue us for false information.
You don't know,
unless it's truly egregious, but you don't know. You don't know. There's definitely some bad blood going on between Arcade1Up and Iconic Arcade. Now, my assumption is that based upon the source who originally called those guys and told them about it, my assumption is, and also with John D's silence, what's funny too is Rex has been yelling and screaming, just tell them to call John D. Tell them to call John D. John D ain't talking to anybody. And that means to me, my opinion is that it's real. They sent him a cease and desist, but for what? Does that mean it's the end of the world? Iconic Arcade and Media 1UP going out of business? You're not getting your cabinets? No, it could all be hashed out between lawyers and business as usual. You know what I mean? This kind of stuff happens all the time, these cease and desists. But it could also mean that they don't release the product. And if that's the case, I'm pretty sure Iconic Arcade, backed by Lenovo and VMI, would cancel and refund people's money. I don't think Lenovo is the kind of company to be like, I'm heading off to Korea. Goodbye. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
What's funny is the cease and desist could be, rumor is real. What's going to happen? We don't know. We'll report on it if anything official fucking comes out. But until then, there's nothing official fucking out there. The 20 minutes that have now turned into hours and hour-long live streams of lies and conspiracy theories is so fucking pathetic. And the people involved and the people supporting those theories should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Especially when the person who told him everybody knows went back to him, and Mike showed screenshots saying, dude, it's not true. They didn't fucking know. They didn't fucking know. Nobody fucking knew except for me telling you. Nobody fucking knew. So something happened there between TechBuzz and Rex. TechBuzz probably told Rex, Iconic Arcade, Arcade1Up, there's a cease and desist. Rex probably got excited, drooling at his chin because he has content for his channel. He probably went to take a shit before he, got on air. And while he was pooping, he sat there like he always does and says, how can I blame the YouTubers and get them involved in this? What kind of bullshit can I come up with? I'll say that they're hiding it. And then he fucking did that. And here's the funny thing. Rex has not shown one fucking receipt or evidence or anything that confirms that everybody fucking knew about this fucking thing. And he was the only brave enough soul to make a fucking video about it. No fucking evidence, no receipts, nothing. But he has receipts from his sources telling him that nobody fucking knew and that they made a mistake and that they shouldn't have told him what they told him about people knowing. And he got that information before he did his live stream the other night. And he still refuses to take the L and retract his accusations. That shows you the kind of person when they go around in their little chats and they're like, these guys aren't about the community. That's the kind of person who's not about the community. His mission for the last 3 years has been to destroy this fucking community. And it's so sad to see the pathetic people that are egging him on, these little people that worship him. You guys do realize that if Rex ran a cult and drank the Kool-Aid first, you guys would be like, oh my God, and walk away. I don't think you guys
Patrick, hold on.
So really quickly, I just want to interject there. There's another part of the story as well that in my Discord, I made a really off-color joke and asked Rex to go on a channel to debate me. I was never going to debate him, obviously. So I made a joke about him going on a channel that he had some problems with in the past and said doxed him. So he made a post saying, I'll go on that channel if people dox, these people and stuff like that. And my wife got really concerned because she was concerned somebody would potentially dox us, like our family, her and the kids. Actually she sent him a letter and obviously because she was concerned about our kids. And I talked to him as well, and he was kind enough to actually remove that section of his comment out there. So I want to say thank you for doing that. That was very nice of him.
Yep.
Now, hold on.
No, because you're just going to stir the pot, Nostalgia. You're going to ask questions just to keep it going.
How dare you?
I know you. I know what you're about to do. That is my statement. I had no knowledge of this fucking shit before it came out. I found out that night after Rex did his stream when people told me about it. Like, did you check out Rex's stream? He says you're hiding some cease and desist. I had no fucking idea. There's no fucking evidence or receipts that anyone fucking knew about this thing except for Rex, Tech Buzz, and their little circle jerk of fucking YouTube friends, which are not our YouTube friends. That's it. Period. Plain and simple. Him getting on the internet and lying and saying that everyone fucking knows about this and is hiding is all clickbait bullshit. There's no receipts, no evidence, and I'm done. I'm done talking about this. I am never going to talk about this fucking cease and desist bullshit again until something is officially said by either Iconic Arcade, Arcade1Up, or both parties. I'm done. Don't ask me questions. Don't leave me comments. I don't give a fuck. That's my final opinion. And in the words of Cody Rhodes, the Rexer Show, do me a favor, go fuck yourself.
Can I speak now?
Go ahead.
I would like to use this opportunity for us to finally come clean about this whole situation.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I knew it.
No, we got it. We got it. Listen.
I knew it.
We can be the bigger men here. We can totally just come clean. So, to dispel all rumors, it was me, in fact, who leaked the information to Stephen Haywood. And I told him expressly to leak that information to Rexer. And then I told him to tell Rexer to say that Michael B. and Patrick D. knew about all of this information. So I want to come clean. Mike and Patrick. Mike, Patrick, I'm sorry for leaking this information out there. I've created a mess, and now I've got to go clean it up. So, I don't even feel bad. Screw you guys.
So I just want to be clear about this. At no point is anybody disagreeing that it's possible there's a cease and desist sent there. And
we don't know what it's for.
It's possible these companies are going through legal action. All that stuff is possible. Nobody disagrees with that. On my stream,
he wanted.
Let me finish first. On my stream last Monday, I argued the points for and against. There's a broken link. John's not talking to people. I also argued why it could be against the fact that the pre-orders are still up through the VMI websites, and they just did a new sponsorship with Arc System Works. So there's information out there for both. There's no definitive answer right now. This product can still come out. Is there possibly legal stuff going on? Yeah, 100%. But nothing's confirmed. That's the truth.
Yeah. Either way, I'm done. I'm over it. Until one of these companies officially says something, I'm out of it. And keep my name out of it. Because guess what?
Started, baby.
Because guess what? I didn't fucking know. And until there's something to know that we could actually report on, I'm fucking done. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Merry Christmas. Have a great day.